your host, Majaro.
What is up, my tribal people? Welcome back to another video on the Pree Da Production YouTube channel. I'm your tribal chief, Majaro, aka Midge, and you already know what I'm going to say. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. We're trying to grow the community, and by sharing this with your friends and family, that goes a long way in helping us do that. Now, let's get into the video. Welcome back, my people. I know it's been a minute. Don't watch the trim and the face beard. You know, I've been busy. Been busy with life and fathering. And on that note, we have a very interesting, if you will, interesting story to cover. Another tectonic plate, another fault line, another breaking point in this gender-based warfare that seems to be going on between the sexes of male and female. Who's right, who's wrong. Every other week there's a story that causes uproar and it's men against women. He's a deadbeat. No, she's just stopping him from seeing his kids. She's using the kids as a whip to beat up the dad with. He's not looking after her. He's not putting the time in. He's not, putting in effort. So many arguments flying left, right and center. Especially in this custody battle between Halle Berry and DDG. For a quick synopsis of who these people are, Halle Bailey is the Little Mermaid. She was part of the duo of Chloe and Bailey that were once discovered and brought to the limelight by Beyonce, Jay-Z and Rock Nation. They were a duo singing, performing, dancing, going on tours. They had a breakthrough album, and unfortunately they had to split due to, the sisters going different ways and getting different opportunities, essentially. Halle became the Little Mermaid, and she was in a live action, some people say butchering of the Little Mermaid. Some people said, bring it into a new light, where she played Ariel, and the movie did relatively well, to the dismay of some other people. And DDG is, in my opinion, one of the top 10 streamers today. He started streaming when he was really young, I think when he started university, and he's just built a following through various collaborations with other influencers and brand recognition, and just being one of the major parts of Kai Cenat's multimedia empire now. Like, they're all friends with each other, they all do content with each other, and he's been able to make music off of it, feature on a lot of different tracks with a lot of really good talented people. And he's talented in himself. He's a personality, he's a character. He streams literally, if I'm telling you he's a top 10 streamer, he streams like a top 10 streamer. He's on his desk. He's out in real life. He's got a videographer, cameraman. He's got everything. Multiple angles. He's doing his thing. He's Kai Cenat-like, if you will. When people saw them together and doing their thing, you would think a lot of people would have been happy for them. A lot of people would have been like, oh, okay, this couple I didn't see coming, but they look nice together. I hope everything goes well. Nope. Halle Bailey's fans were not happy. They were like, what's she doing with DDG? Haven't you seen all the stuff he's been up to? He's, with influencers, he's, taking videos and pictures suggestively with women, and he's a womanizer this, and he's a F-boy that. He's not going to care about you. You're just one of the lot. Next. You're gonna be the next influencer he dashes to the side and breaks up or allegedly cheats with. She can do much better. Why is she with him? And a lot of people didn't think it would last. But I feel like a lot of people who were very vocal about those things and how they felt about their relationship, in my opinion, that drove them more towards each other. And were like, oh, you people think we're just a flash in the pan? You people aren't happy for us? You don't want us to succeed? You think we're going to break up in here? Okay. By hook or by crook, we're going to stay together. We're going to prove you guys wrong. And that's when it starts to get a bit sticky. So when it gets to be a bit sticky, because on her way to premiering The Little Mermaid, that's when she fell pregnant. I believe 2022, 2023, that's when she announced, or she didn't really announce because she was hiding it for the longest. She was hiding it for the longest that she wasn't pregnant, but eventually people put two and two together, you know, the weight gain, etc., etc., and not doing as much appearances as you would expect for a premiere of that scale. So people were like, something's going on. She must be pregnant. That DDG got her knocked up. He better be there for her. That was the situation. And everything seemed fine for the longest when it eventually came out that she gave birth and baby Halo was brought into the world. I feel like a lot of people were actually happy for a change. These parasocial lives with these celebrities is crazy because everyone's got everything to say about them, especially when they're young, famous, and black. That three combinations, you're going to get talked to and scrutinized like nothing else, especially them being at the highest of heights for that age. You're going to be looked at as the next Beyonce and Jay-Z, literally a rapper and a singer, streamer, multimedia mogul, levels of potential. That's what people are literally treating them as right then and then, and the amount of scrutiny they were involved in is actually mad. But then after a while, less and less couple pictures, less and less family outings together, and people were thinking, oh, what's going on here? They're not really doing what the power couples should be doing. They're not going out together as much as you would like them to be, because there are people who keep track, apparently. To my research, there's people who keep track. So, like, when was the last time we saw DDG and Halle together with Halo? It's always one or the other with the baby, and it's never them together anymore. X, Y, and Z. And then they break up. They announced the breakup. They said, you know, we've decided to, you know, call things quit, and it would be best for us. We would, you know, like to have privacy in this moment in time. And when that got announced, everyone was happy for Halle. Thank God she finally see the light. He probably did X, Y, Z. He probably cheated on her. That's why she's leaving him and they're not together anymore. It's all his fault. I was like, okay, cool. This is interesting. Let's see where it further goes. Fast forward a couple more years. He's moving on with his life. She looks like she's moving on with her life. And then it all kicks off. Halle Bailey decides to release photos of a chipped tooth, bruised arms, released a statement that she's gotten a restraining order, or it breaks out on a stream that DDG's been served the papers to be, you know, at least 100 meters or how many distance away from her because of domestics, DMVs. Some people call them DVD. And a lot of women were like, I knew it. And a lot of men were like, what's going on here? This is a bit fishy. A couple of months ago, he was complaining, saying she's stopping him from seeing his child, and he's been part of protecting her image, and to everyone else, she's the Little Mermaid, and she's the X, Y, and Z, like, she could never do anything wrong. But to him, he's like, yo, if you knew half of the stuff I knew and how I was protecting her, there's a lot of stuff that I don't want to say because I don't want to bring that type of negativity to her or my child. But let me tell you, shit's happening behind the scenes that is not right. And I can't even leave the state with my child. But she's out here flying here, there, and everywhere, out of state, up to different countries. But with me, it's a whole thing. Even if I bring him on the stream, if anything she doesn't sign off on that happens on the stream, I'm cooked. I'm going to get an earful. Like, if people make fun of my baby on the stream, I'm going to be the one to blame. I'm going to have to take the responsibility. And I'm like, oh, wow. Damn, it's like that. So this was coming. She files for a restraining order. She gets it. The other day, DDG releases evidence that he's not the abuser, that Halle Bailey is. He releases numerous text messages and alleged videos are going to be supplied to the court. Pictures of the pictures of the cut that she did with an alleged sharp object. The text content, I'll leave some screenshots here for you so that you can see. Some of them were before she was pregnant saying, I don't feel supported, and you're not doing what I want you to do, essentially. I'm going to off myself, X, Y, and Z. And he's there like, yo, something's wrong, you need help. You know, I can't be going back and forth on you on these things you're pulling up. There's texts when she is, you know, presumably has the baby, and she's saying you're not supportive. You're always finding time to be with these hoes on streams and X, Y, and Z. You're finding time to go here and everywhere for work. You're chilling with this thought and that thought. And when they eventually break up, she says, oh, I know you slept with Lala Baptiste. I know you did this and did that. That girl came out straight away and was like, yo, that did not happen. We did not F. I even told her.
Context behind these accusations in general is stemming from a group trip that our whole friend group went on, right? Our whole friend group went on this trip, and everyone on this trip can confirm there was nothing weird going on. I wasn't even staying near them. It was for someone's birthday. Let's start there. There was never anything sneaky going on. Like, me and Daryl's relationship has always been strictly started off as business. Obviously, if you know, you know. Like, he put me onto YouTube, started off there, grew into a friendship, has always remained platonic. So it's very unfortunate. Like, I know people already have this narrative because it's just hard to believe that a guy and a girl can be friends. Like, it's hard to believe that me and him or any other guy and girl can just strictly be platonic friends, okay? But nothing has ever gone on past that, ever.
And this is when it just starts to get really messy. It gets really messy. And now I've given you, as best as I can, a breakdown of what's happened. It's a bit mad, don't you think? My whole timeline is filled with people arguing with each other over this issue. Yeah, that's why she should have never been with him. He's a woman. Didn't you see the chip on her tooth? Didn't you see the bruises on her arm? DDG goes on to say, the reason that happened was because I was supposed to take our child, and instead of her handing him over to me and her going about her business, she decides to strap him in the car, get in the car, and he's trying to drive off, but she's still there. And he's like, nah, I need to take you back. Like, we're not doing this. Obviously, probably talking about some toxic stuff like, oh, why are you out with these hoes, X, Y, and Z, when you could have been with me, I want my family together. And she allegedly tries to start hitting him and grabbing him. He pulls over or whatever, and he says, yo, the only reason she had a chipped tooth was because allegedly she already had some work on that tooth, so it was already fragile. So when she tried flinging herself forward and lunging at me, she whacked her head, and that's what caused the chipped tooth and the bruises on her arms, because I was just trying to restrain her, because I might be getting hit on, but I'm not going to let her hit me. That's plausible in my opinion. That's plausible because the bruises and the stuff that she gave to the public, it didn't seem crazy, like black eyes, black and blue bruises all over her body, like she's religiously being hit, like the stuff we've seen from Cassie and Diddy. But that's another story. So he says, you know, all these people that are calling me a woman, it's not really like that. It was just self-defense. It was just self-defense. But a lot of women ain't having that. They're like, yo, how could you leave her? You know, she sacrificed everything for her family and you, and for you to treat her like this. You know, first sign of troubles, you leave her with a baby and you're not there to support her. And from the text messages, she's crazy. She's saying, you know, everyone's, you know, no one's here for me, not even my own family. You're supposed to be my support and X, Y, and Z. And from the text messages, it just seems like he's over it. he's not giving the responses that she's wanting. She's like, you're ignoring me. Why are you always ignoring me? This is what you do. I'm shouting for your help. You know, if tomorrow I'm not here, you wouldn't even care. And he'd be like, I do care. I don't want anything bad to happen to you. And then she's like, yeah, I've got him. And then she goes on and goes on. And I'm sorry, but Halle Bailey is not this innocent person we've envisioned in our head. She's even admitted so. She's even gone literally on record on her live stream to say, I know I look pretty and all this, but if I have to cuss someone out, if I have to, you know, argue my point, if I have to get involved, essentially, I'm going to have to do it.
In a relationship, I think I have anxious attachment style. Everybody knows I'm an Aries, I'm a fire sign. I get very passionate. I seem nice online and innocent and everything, but you guys do not know. I will go to battle with my yelling, with my words, everything. I'm good at that, right? And if I gotta yell or check anyone, that's what I gotta do. That's just the way I be. Flap back or sit back, I always have to choose clap back. I'm sorry, I'm a very kind person, but if somebody pokes at me or the people that I love, it's over for you. I'm an Aries, sorry. Never have I ever started drama with my boyfriend for no reason.
Put it down.
You know. I'm territorial. I'm a jealous girlfriend. I'm a territorial girlfriend. Where you go, who are you with? That's me. I am nosy, number one. And number two, I like drama. I just don't like drama in my life, but I love watching it.
An example gets brought up by the internet saying, you know, she's even said on a video of her song, one of her songs, I can't remember the song, but it literally depicts her being a crazy girlfriend. And someone asks her, hey, is this based off real life? Is this a situation that you've, you know, experienced? It's like, yes, it's based off real events, and yeah, I've got that in me to be this crazy girl, to be running up on people in the movie theater and cussing them out, which is what happened. She put some tracking devices in the baby's bag, on the pram, in various clothing and the car of DDG to find out where he was at all times. And if he wasn't there, she'd be like, what's going on? You said you're here, but you're here. Why at this movie with this broad? Who's here? X, Y, and Z. So it seems like this is a very toxic relationship. This isn't black and white like a lot of people were trying to make out. It is a toxic relationship on both sides. Let's be honest, the streaming life isn't very conducive for a wholesome family unit. It's not. Even doing YouTube to the small level takes a lot of effort, takes a lot of time. That's why I can't do 2 videos a week like I would love to. That's why I can't jump on every single story that comes out when it comes to the P. Diddy court case, because every day there's something bombshell happening. There's newsworthy stuff that I could do a video on, but that takes time away from my family, which is what I want at the end of the day. And everyone to be happy and be fulfilled. And mate, let's be honest, the times that they had the baby was, in terms of projection and potential of their careers, especially for Halle, because let's be honest, the woman's career path is ultimately slowed down to a standstill when they have a baby, because they have to take, you know, maternity, they have to take care of the baby. Most women don't go back straight into work. They take at least a year or 2 off work to take care of their children. So she comes off this high of being Little Mermaid, and we don't see her do anything, no music, no videos, because she's taking her child seriously, being a parent seriously, and that's fine. And when, from lived experience, I can see both sides. From her point of view, she's feeling like she's sacrificing a lot to raise her family, and she wants her family to be together. She doesn't want to come from a broken home. That's one of the things I've gotten from a lot of people who are defending her and herself and her music. Like, she's longing for a family to call her own and for everyone to be as one and to not come from a broken home. So she wanted to do everything possible to keep this man that has now impregnated her to be the father and husband to the family. But DDG, he wasn't that type of guy. He might have said, yeah, I want a family, and the person I want to be with is the one that I want to be with forever, and the person I have a baby with is going to be the person, my forever person. He might say that, but when reality of being a streamer who has to stream almost 24/7 and has to collab with this person and collab with that person and mingle with the industry, you know, being pictured with celebrities, models, influencers, let's not act like a man isn't going to fall. There's only so many platonic relationships with beautiful women that a man can have. Come on, let's be honest. Let's be honest. So, did he cheat? I wouldn't be surprised if he did. Did she know that he was going to cheat? No, probably not. From what he says and characters he portrays himself out to be, he said that, oh, I want a family, I want to be forever. But that was when he was younger. And, mate, a man is a man. There's only so many temptations that they have to, you know, play in front of their face for them to fall. It is what it is. So did he cheat? Most likely, yes. And did she find out? Probably so. Have they probably still been fucking here and there since the breakup? Most likely, definitely, because that's baby mama, baby daddy drama all over. That's literally. And it's just a whole mess. Now, you know, she's planning on taking baby Halo to film a movie this weekend. Is she going to be able to do that? Is she not? Is it going to be denied? Has it been denied? There's a lot of people speculating on whether, you know, has his accusations won over the court for him to have custody in the meantime, or has she, you know, retained the rights to take him to Italy? Like, there's a whole lot of people who are invested in this relationship, which is wild to me. Because this is not our problem. This is theirs. And we're only bystanders. And for people to be out here making think pieces, trying to, you know, discredit another person and try and put them down, it's a bit too much. I get it. It's another fault line and another breaking point in this gender warfare. But at some point, it's like, mate, haven't you got a life? Like, you people need to chill. It's wild. It's wild. I just feel for baby Halo, their son, because when they get to a certain age, they're going to literally see all of this on the timeline, all of the history, all of the back and forth, the pictures of alleged abuse. It's mad. It's mad. I'm not going to lie. It's wild. This is drama and this is messy. A lot of people making slogans like, you know, Shade Borough, Shade Room tried, Halle Bailey lied, DDG in 5. Come on. The slogans, man. The nicknames for DDG, DVD, Daryl, domestic violence, DDV. Come on. Come on. Honestly, I don't know what to say, but let me know what you guys think. Do you think that everyone just needs to relax? Relax. Everything was going to work out through the courts, and whoever gets it, we have to accept. Or do you think like, yo, we have every right to comment? These people stream 24/7, are on Instagram, they're in our faces, they're portraying themselves out to be a power couple. When it falls down, when people warn her, we have a right to say, we told you so, and we knew this wasn't going to last. Let me know in the comments below, because this one's crazy. And as always, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.
I be kidding on my foes, even though I got it all on my own.